We're here at Radio Row with Green Bay Packer legend Ahman Green. Ahman, how are you doing?
Man, I'm good, Fernando. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. What an interesting day, huh? Packed of people. I bet you have a bunch of interviews. Just how do you take Radio Row as a member of the media now?
Well, as a member of the media, it's like I'm prepping as well as dishing out the questions from the Q&A. And the prep side of it is make sure that I try not to stutter a whole lot, as we try not to, but we still do it. But it's fun. It's like, man, I'm living on both sides of the mic, literally. Yeah. So it's fun. To get asked about Cornhusker questions a few tables ago was really good to go back down memory lane for that reason alone. So, but yeah, excited to be here in New Orleans, basically.
You're here with Believe, and obviously You're a part of Believe Packers. Just what has it been like to kind of take a step back and have to analyze the game from a different point of view to try and break down exactly what you saw as a member of the media and obviously get it out to fans?
I love it because I watched a lot of commentators growing up as a kid watching all sports, football, baseball, basketball, Olympic broadcasters, and it's like, okay, I would have said that differently, So I just make sure where I give a good explanation of why that happened. I try not to belittle the player because I know the process to be good at a position, and especially if anything quarterback, because that's one position we know in football we scrutinize more than anything. But there's a rhyme and reason to everything. And you say, hey, they didn't have a good game. They did bad here, but this, or I don't want to go into the big words like atrocious and horrible. It's like, no, they're still an NFL quarterback now. They just had one of those, they had a bad day at work. And go through this, understanding that process of it. As a former athlete myself, I don't want to ever bring down, too hard of an opinion. Be fair, if they didn't play good, you know what, so-and-so did not play good tonight. I'm going to point that out, but this is what they did for the rest of the season. Still do that and be straight up for a player because, trust me, I was in that spot as a player a long time ago.
The word I don't like is bust.
Yes, I don't like that either.
It seems like a naughty word.
It is. I say it's between horrible, bust, atrocious, anything like that. I'll say bad or not good. That's what I say. Bad or not good to describe when a player is not playing well or something like that, or a coach didn't make a good call. That was a bad call, or that was not a good call for that moment. That's how I try to word it because, like I said, I've been there. I coached high school football and high school sports, esports as well, so I know sometimes we don't make the right decisions as coaches and players. We try to go with it to see what's going to happen, but sometimes it doesn't work out.
What is it like to coach? What is it like to coach esports?
Oh, it's not much different.
Really?
The setting's different. That's the only the platform's different. Okay. We're on Xbox, we're on PlayStation, or we're on PC, or we're talking FPS tactics, or we're talking football because sometimes it's Madden or 2K. So it's obviously less physical. It's more phalanges.
Hey, the thumbs hurt though.
The thumbs and the phalanges going on, and more this. There's a lot more of this because with the FPS, first-person shooter games, it's a lot of strategy going on there. When you have the map, when it's not a battle royale map like Fortnite or Apex, when it's just a single area, the ins and outs and choke points and all that you got to tell the players, hey, I need you to be here because if you're not there and they come here, it's going to make our plan not work. So just like on the football field, offensive line, if you don't block the defensive line and the linebackers, the running back or the quarterback is not going to be able to throw or run the ball. So,
what have you thought of the addition of Josh Jacobs to the Green Bay? Look at you.
Love it. Every time I get a chance to talk to him, about him, I love it because he came in there basically like a bat out of hell. He came running the ball just as you saw him in Oakland, as you saw in Alabama. He came as presented. He came in there toting the rock, catching the ball out the backfield, picking up the blitz, doing everything a running back should do, made that offense continue to flow just as it was with Aaron Jones the previous season. So that right there, to me, I know mid-year, I was like, this kid's going to be a Pro Bowl already. And to have it usually, because when guys go into free agency, they transition to another team to diffuse into the other team. Sometimes first year it could be rocky or shaky. It doesn't matter the position at all. Football, it'd be running back, quarterback, lineman, D lineman, linebacker. Sometimes it's a little shaky. It's not a Pro Bowl year, maybe the first time, but it's coming. And then next year, but first year, one out the box, it just shows the type of mentality and the type of player and person I'll say Josh Jacobs is. I know his story from Alabama before he got there, so no surprise, that he's been on a journey. And a lot of people that, if you don't know his story, look him up. He's had a long story, a good story, but a story that shows you if you have I say the right parenting and the right support, then you can pretty much do just about anything you want to do.
They're going to make a TV show and write a book about him,
sure.
especially with the way his story was. But one of the guys that was kind of forgotten, in my opinion, in the 2020 draft was Jordan Love, even though he was a first-round draft pick.
Yes.
And then last year he comes out and boom, they beat, as a 7th seed, they go into Dallas, they beat the Cowboys.
Yep.
And then obviously this year, just how do you think he's progressed since taking over for Aaron Rodgers?
I'll say he's progressed fantastic. I've been there for 2 quarterbacks that are part of Packer lineage, basically, and I knew Bart before he passed away too. So watching those 2 guys, watching Brett, being with Brett most of the time, and watching Aaron from a few snaps, in my career to then later on watching him in the body of work, to have those 2 guys have to follow them. I've said this a lot. It's like following the person that had to be the next person after Michael Jordan in Chicago, right?
Yeah.
It was like that.
They're still trying to find him.
Exactly. So, to his point, he came in, though, the way Matt LaFleur and that staff introduced him to the team, introduced him to the offense, and molded that offense around him. That was the job that needed to be done first and done right. Because I think playing with Brett, playing with Aaron, I knew as a teammate, okay, the offense, part of it is going to be tailored behind him, and then at that time I was playing, then a part of the offense is going to be tailored behind me because our game's going to intertwine and how we keep the defense honest. And so with that happening for Jordan, with Aaron Jones, you saw that symmetry go on, and then you had the offense moving down the field his first year in there like it was Aaron's 10th year in there. And that's what you wanted to see as a Packer fan, and I say as somebody that watches football. You saw a good young quarterback that I say a ton of people doubted, but then with the right support, that means coaching staff and teammates, and then really that's pretty much it. That's all you need. He was able to be successful that first year.
Final 3 questions. Does Aaron Rodgers return to the NFL this season?
Yes.
All right. What is something that you maybe haven't eaten or want to eat and are going to get it this week? Then you're in New Orleans.
See, my dad's from here, so I've eaten a lot of New Orleans food or Cajun or Creole food. So I've pretty much etouffee, jambalaya, gumbo, beignets. I've had them all down here. I really don't know. I say because I've had all the good stuff.
I had a beignet burger last night at the media.
See, I haven't had that, so I might have to
At
come
the media
up on
party.
I'm gonna have to come up on the beignet burger. I don't know if they're gonna serve them somewhere around here, but I gotta find one of those in my life. That sounds delicious.
It was really good. And last one, we're at Radio Row. I can't let you go without asking who you got Sunday.
Of course. I'm gonna keep on it. Slight edge, tight game. Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay.
By 3.
There you go.
By 3.
Ahman, thank you so much for jumping on.
Thanks for having me. Oh, my hand.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.